All right. Welcome everyone to the Potomac and Chesapeake Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions at any time. This is one of many sessions happening this evening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/PCACAC. And that's it for me, so I'm going to turn it over to Old Dominion University to kick things off.
All right, well, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this evening's information session. My name is Takarla Moore, and I am the Assistant Director of Admission at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion is an R1 research institution located in coastal Virginia in the city of Norfolk specifically. Norfolk is the second largest city next to Virginia Beach and Chesapeake and home of the Norfolk Naval Base, which is the largest naval installation in the world. Old Dominion has rich history dating back to 1930 as we began as the Norfolk Division of the College of William and Mary and became an independent institution in 1969. Also, you'll notice that Old Dominion is not only one of the most innovative places to learn, but one of the most diverse, hands-on, and very modern places as well. In terms of our population, you'll notice that we are home to 24,000 monarchs and growing. Of course, 20,000 of those students are undergraduates. The remaining 4,000 are your grad students. We do have 8 academic colleges, which does include our Perry Honors College and the School of Cybersecurity. Old Dominion is a coastal campus, of course, holding 35 State Council of Higher Education Outstanding Faculty Awards, and we still have a 16-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, though we are a large, mid-large public state institution. You'll notice the average class size is right around 30 students once you get into a major, and of course, there are nearly 100 bachelor's degrees and over 70 master's and doctoral options that you can choose from. Also physically, you'll notice that the campus size is 335 acres and the backdrop is the Elizabeth River watershed and the Potomac River. Our rich history, of course, is notated through the different options you'll see on the screen. Old Dominion has over 250 student groups that you can participate in. That does have, of course, includes all of our clubs, all of our intramurals, and then you'll notice, of course, we are Division I in athletics. We play in the Sun Belt Conference with men's and women's teams. And of course, not only is the campus rich in student groups and activities with sports, but also lots of campus traditions. Not unusual to find our students at their bi-weekly activity hour, or you'll see that our students are participating in convocation or even our spirited ice cream and cake dance, which I encourage you to look up on YouTube. You'll also notice that we have 4 housing neighborhoods with nearly 15 residence halls. So whether you're looking for something in the center of campus, on the perimeter of campus, or right next to your major, you're going to find lots of options and lots of things to partake in at ODU. Of course, all of this comes with how do you get admitted? What does it take to be an ODU student? You'll notice that I have our information on application on your screen. We are members of the Common Application, and we also run an ODU specific app. You'll see here there's a $50 non-refundable fee. Remember, Old Dominion is an early action institution, which means we are non-binding, non-committal. It just means, hey, I want to be the first to hear back from ODU and the first to be considered for scholarships. Also, you'll notice a regular decision, which is the latest we recommend you apply to be part of that incoming class for that particular year. Required items are on the screen. Old Dominion is a completely test optional institution. That is a permanent decision. We will be test optional forever. So you will notice that you do not need test scores to be considered for admission. However, you do need that official high school transcript. And then remember, if you have any AP, IB, dual enrollment, etc., we will need those official documents as well. In terms of affordability, we are one of the most affordable options in the Commonwealth of Virginia. As you can see on the screen, all prices are per year, not per semester, it's per year. This is before any financial aid has been applied, before any sort of grants or student loans. This is the most a family can actually budget for as they're thinking about the cost of tuition. On campus does include room and board, meals, and fees. Off campus is just tuition and fees without room and board. Please note as well that we are a public state institution in Virginia, and we do charge according to residency. In-state would be our Virginia residents, and out-of-state would be our non-Virginia residents accordingly. If you have additional questions, there is a tuition cost estimator on our website, and our Office of Financial Aid and Finance are taking appointments, walk-ins, calls, and emails. To piggyback on paying for college, you'll notice here FAFSA, free application for federal student aid, opens October 1st of every year. ODU's priority filing date is January 1st. Remember, you are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships upon applying for admission. Also, you'll notice the asterisk at the bottom of the screen. Submitting that activity resume will actually qualify you for additional scholarship review. So do not shy away from telling us what you're involved in, your activities, your awards, your honors, so that we consider that in your financial package. Many ODU students come with a package that is very affordable with little to no out of pocket and little to no debt coming into their freshman year. Lastly, I leave you with our contact information. Please feel free to reach out to the Office of Admissions at ODU. Our email address, phone numbers, of course, our social media handles, and our email address is on the screen. Thank you. I'm Takarla Moore, one of the assistant directors, and I'm happy to answer questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Shepherd University.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Shauna, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Shepherd University, home of the Rams. Thank you all so much for joining me for today's session, and I am so excited to share with you why you belong here at Shepherd. To start, look at this location. If you don't know where Shepherd University is located, we are a public liberal arts institution nestled in the heart of history. We are located right along the Potomac River near Antietam and Harpers Ferry in West Virginia's oldest town. We are only an hour and a half outside of Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. You get the best of both worlds here by being in a small, tight-knit community while still having access to those big city opportunities. Our students are truly the heartbeat of Shepherd, and we have just around 3,300 students. Around 60% of those come to us from West Virginia, but the other 40% make up students from all 50 states, as well as 16 other countries. In terms of academics, we offer a well-rounded core curriculum so that students can indulge their curiosity while earning their degrees. The colleges of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences focuses on language, history, artistic expression, and more. Our business college offers several concentrations so that students can tailor their major to their career choice. The College of Nursing, Education, and Health Sciences is probably the largest on campus with state-of-the-art facilities. And our STEM college offers several labs where students can put their theories into practice. We have over 80 majors to choose from with various concentrations and minors to customize your experience to your interests. We have everything from computer science to social work, and our three most popular majors are nursing, business administration, and education. Being able to offer a variety of programs allows you to be in small class sizes from the very beginning. We thrive on personal attention here at Shepherd. Our student to faculty ratio sits at around 14:1. This is great because not only is the teacher going to know your name, but also they're going to want to get to know you, learn more about your goals so that they can help you down the line. Some of the support services we offer students include free tutoring in every subject, as well as personal and academic accommodations for housing and in the classroom. We also have an advising assistance center for students to get secondary advising. If you're thinking about switching majors or adding a minor and want to see how your classes would transfer over or what the course plan would look like. We also have an Office of Career Services that works with you in building your resume, cover letters, and holding mock interviews. They also hold a career fair every year to provide students with an opportunity to see what is available in their fields. Not only are academics important to us, but campus life is as well. We have over 90 clubs from Greek life to intramural sports to academic and social clubs like kayaking or board game club. Shepherdstown itself is a really colorful town. We love our parades around here, so there's normally some sort of event that is going on downtown. We have NCAA Division II athletics and have 15 different sports teams where students can attend games for free. We have residence hall on campus for students, and there are 3 different housing styles: traditional, suite, and apartment. We offer single and double occupancy rooms with free laundry facilities. When students live on campus, they can participate in a meal plan to enjoy any of the 4 dining options. We also allow students to have their car on campus in their first year, even if they also have a dorm. But not to worry, if you don't have a car, our shuttle service will take you to class, your dorm, and even the grocery store. Because we are a public state university, we try to keep our tuition affordable for all students. For in-state students, that means you'll be paying around $8,200 for tuition, and for out-of-state, you would pay around $18,700. It might sound like a lot, but this is before any scholarships and financial aid are considered. Coming from out-of-state as a freshman, you can receive some scholarships right away. For anyone out of state who wants to live on campus, we automatically award the Metro Scholarship. That is $5,500 a year that is given to you just for living on campus. We also have academic scholarships that can be given based on GPA and test scores, as well as major and athletic scholarships that can be renewed all 4 years. So if you're interested in applying, we offer rolling admission, which means you have a year-long window to complete your application and make your decision. Applying earlier does mean that you get first choice when it comes to your residence hall and your class schedule, but college is an important decision, and we want to give you the time you need to make your selection. So what is needed to apply? Well, the only thing we require are high school transcripts to make a decision. ACT and SAT scores may be optional for fall 2024 in West Virginia, but that could change. Personal statements and letters of recommendation are optional, but we highly recommend you send them in because we love reading them, and we want to get a better idea of what your goals are and how you plan to be successful here at Shepherd. So what's next? Well, now you have to come see Shepherd for yourself. We have campus tours offered every weekday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. that are led by our student ambassadors, so you can see what campus life is really like. We'll also be holding our next open house in the fall, September 30th, where you can meet with academic departments and find your home at Shepherd. You can sign up for both of these on our website. If you have any questions and want to reach out, please text us at this number. You can reach us anytime between Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. to help you, and you can either call our office number or shoot us an email. Do not hesitate to reach out because we are here to help you find your home at Shepherd. Thank you all so much for listening.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next up is Lawrence University.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Beth Frixell. I'm an admissions counselor here at Lawrence University, and I work with students from the Mid-Atlantic states and look forward to sharing a little bit about Lawrence with you today. Please feel free to put your questions in the chat and I'll answer after I present, or I'll follow up later if we run out of time. So Lawrence is in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm representing the Midwest tonight. And Appleton is a city of about 75,000 people. We are located about an hour north of Milwaukee, so in the northeast region of the state. Lawrence is a private school as well as fully undergraduate, and we are ranked the #1 liberal arts college in Wisconsin. Lawrence has both a College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, from which you will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree, with about 65 majors, minors, and programs to choose from. We also have 2 music degrees, Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Musical Arts, in our conservatory, with opportunities to focus on different aspects of music, depending on your genre interests and career goals. We also have a unique 5-year dual degree program for students who want to pursue both academics and music at a high level. Being fully undergraduate means there are no grad TAs and no lost opportunities while you're waiting for those older than you to take their turn. We focus all of our energy on educating students who are seeking their undergraduate degree and to prepare them for their next step, whether that is graduate school, professional school, performance, or a full-time career. So why attend a liberal arts school? A liberal arts education means studying broadly, taking classes in many different subjects, and building skills that are geared toward more than just one profession. You will develop strong critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills while learning to work flexibly and to think across multiple disciplines. These are skills employers say they value the most, even more than a specific major. Every college shares some key numbers during a presentation like this, so I'll take this opportunity to share ours. Our student body is 1,500, with about 80% pursuing a Bachelor of Arts degree in the college and the other 20% graduating with a music degree from our conservatory. Our students represent almost all 50 states and over 50 countries. In contrast to our small student body, we have over 170 full-time faculty, and that's about an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is one of the smallest in the countries. Our faculty teach classes that average about 15 students each, which allows students and professors to engage in active, spirited conversations with each other. We take learning personally here, and one of the strongest evidence points for that is the number of one-on-one courses we teach. Of the 2,000 courses we teach each year, more than 60% have one student working individually with one faculty member. The reason they're small is not because we couldn't get enough students to register for them. They're small by design. They are studio lessons, Oxford-style tutorials, research projects, intensive internships, and senior experience courses. These courses are for driven, motivated, curious students who want to construct their own ideas and test them through a curriculum they have designed with their professors. We don't require these courses, but over 90% of Laurentians will take us up on this fabulous opportunity. This kind of educational experience develops the habits of mind that employers and graduate schools love: independent deep thinking, creative problem solving, research, original work, and of course, the ability to take what you know and explain it to someone else in clear, digestible terms. During your years at Lawrence, you will have amazing experiences, both academically as well as outside of the classroom. Between homework and sleeping, our students spend a lot of time exploring their passions. That may mean competing on one of our 21 Division III athletic teams, playing with some of our dozens of music ensembles, or joining any of our 150+ student-run organizations. The culmination of your time at Lawrence will be your Chandler Senior Experience. This is where you will each get to create a project of your own that demonstrates your scholarly or artistic mastery of your major or majors. You will each have at least one faculty mentor working with you to think through and design a senior experience that allows you to be at your best. This will be your shining moment to show your fellow Laurentians, your faculty, and the world what you can do. To close, I'll share a little about our application requirements. Feel free to take a picture of this, otherwise everything is posted on our website. We have 4 application rounds, which are all considered equally, so you are welcome to apply whenever works best for you. We accept both the common application as well as our own Lawrence app. They have the same questions and neither of them have an application fee. So again, pick whatever works best for you. We review your application with 2 main questions in mind. Are you a good fit for Lawrence, and is Lawrence a good fit for you? Our admissions committee loves seeing students' personality come through on their application, so please take the time to share your interests and passions with us. Lawrence provides both merit and need-based financial aid. There is no extra step you need to take to be considered for our merit scholarships, which are awarded holistically based on everything we see in your application. Merit scholarships go up to half the cost of attendance, and this year that top award was $32,000, which is not necessarily reserved just for one top student, but we are able to award to everybody who meets that criteria. And these scholarships and financial aid are guaranteed each year you are enrolled at Lawrence. On average, Lawrence is able to cover 95% of demonstrated financial need, and that is based on the financial aid requirements on this slide. So the FAFSA, supplemental aid application, as well as parents' federal tax returns. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I would love to hear from you. Please email me if you want to chat more about Lawrence. I would love the chance to get to know each of you and to see your applications come in this fall. Take care now. Bye.
Thank you. All right, next up is Marymount University.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Valenti. I'm one of the first-year admissions counselors at Marymount University. We are located in Arlington, Virginia. We are just 6 miles outside of DC. Very, very nice area of Arlington, surrounded by golf courses and neighborhoods. So you get really the best of both worlds. But who is Marymount? Marymount, we are a comprehensive Catholic university. We are also a liberal arts curriculum college. And so you're going to be taking a lot of different courses, and a lot of different subjects your first few years. But we really want our students to gauge their intellectual curiosities. We want our students to develop a passion for service to others. And at the end of the day, we want our students to develop a global perspective. Now, when I say Marymount's a Catholic institution, only about 30% of our students truly identify as Catholic. We will require our students to take 2 courses in the subject of theology. Those could be, there's about 20 or so different courses you could choose from. It doesn't have to be in a specific denomination. And so that's just kind of one of the requirements that we have for our students. Now, when I say we're a private university, that really just means there's no difference between in-state and out-of-state costs when it comes to tuition. And then we are a smaller university, and I'll get into a little bit about that in just a moment. So just real quick, some of our points of pride, or I like to call these some of our bragging rights. Like I mentioned, we're only 6 miles outside of DC. That says miles because if you're familiar with the area of Northern Virginia, that could be anywhere between 30 or 60 minutes. But luckily for you guys, we have a shuttle that'll take you to the Metro Center. And then from the Metro, you're only 5 or 6 stops away from the city. Our students will go into the city, of course, recreational, sporting events, concerts, but more importantly, a lot of our students will find internship opportunities, career opportunities right out of graduation. And so the opportunities are almost endless. Jumping over to the other side real quick, I want to emphasize the size of the university. There's only 2,500 students in our undergraduate population. Even if you top on our graduate students, you're still only looking around 3,500. That equates to about a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio for you guys. And then depending on what program you're in, your average class size is going to fluctuate probably between 14, 15, 16 students. Our largest lecture hall on campus is only 70 seats capacity. And so we don't have any large lecture halls that you see in those Hollywood films or anything like that. And then just real quick, going to touch about our diversity. Marymount, I actually need to update this, but Marymount, we represent 51 US states and territories, and we represent over 70 different countries. And so if you're looking for a small, private, diverse university or college, Marymount's going to be a great option for you. And then one last thing, we require 100% of our students to complete either an internship or clinical experience before you graduate. It is a graduation requirement, which is why that percentage is so high. But I just like to emphasize that because by the time you graduate from Marymount, you will have at least some real world experience, some networking done. You might have a really good cover letter or recommendation from your supervisor. Hopefully, we want you to get hired from that internship right after graduation, but that's not always the case. But that experience is all that really matters. Some of our student activities, we have over 22, we do have 22 Division III varsity teams. We just introduced women's wrestling this spring. So very happy about that. Over the span of our 22 teams, we have won 11 conference championships this year alone. So they're all doing pretty well. I would say so myself, go Saints. In addition to our athletics, we do also offer clubs and intramural sports. So if you're looking for something less competitive, less of a time commitment, of course, you can take part in those. We also offer over 40 different clubs and organizations, which are all inclusive. There's stuff from running a 5K for cancer every single semester. We have a fashion club. We have a newspaper, a blue ink club. Everybody will be able to find their niche. And if we don't have something that you are interested in, because Marymount is a close-knit, smaller community, it is very easy to get a group of students or your friends together and start your own club. And who knows, you could be the president of one. So jumping into our application process and kind of our requirements. First of all, we're rolling admission, meaning we have no deadlines. Our application is going to open on August 1st. And we usually start to close leads and wrap up the application about this time next year. So June, July-ish is when we like to see all of those applications completed. Of course, if you're behind the ball, which I'm guilty so myself back when I was a senior in high school, we will accept applications up and through August. It's a little challenging for us because we got to get you reviewed and packaged and all that good stuff. So I just recommend the sooner the better. You don't want to have to be worrying about your senior year prom and all that stuff. So get all those applications done out of the way as soon as you can. You can apply to Marymount either on our website or using the Common Application. Just be careful when you're applying to schools because not every school is partnered with the Common App. But if you're applying to Marymount, go ahead and throw us on that form. Common App is super easy. Fill out one application and it goes to 5, 6, 7, however many schools you're applying to, up to, I think it's 20. And then the requirements, all we need is for you to complete either of those applications and then a high school transcript. We will review copies of transcripts. And so by the time you're a junior, if you have junior grades posted, or sorry, by the beginning of your senior year if you have junior grades posted. And if you want to send me a copy of your transcript, we will review that. Just a quick asterisk, we will require, of course, an official transcript by the time you graduate high school. Letters of recommendation and personal statements are both considered optional. However, if those are submitted, we will review those. If it's in the application, we review it. And so just take that. I like to let students know if there's a discrepancy in your transcript, maybe there's a time that you overcame adversity. Those are the types of things us counselors like to read about. But take that as an opportunity to tell us more about who you are, why you want to study, maybe nursing or whatever, XYZ. And then last but not least, Marymount does not consider or look at SAT or ACT scores. And then just real quick, our first year merit scholarships fluctuate between $18,000 and $26,000. And that's just based off of GPA and whether or not you live on campus or off campus. And then take a picture of this if you guys have any additional questions.
Awesome, thank you. All right, next up is Worcester Polytechnic Institute.
Perfect. So welcome, everyone. My name is Tyler Gibbs. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions with WPI, Worcester Polytechnic Institute. We are a STEM-focused institution based in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is located right in the middle of the state of Massachusetts in the city of Worcester, about 50 minutes west of the city of Boston. And like I said, we're a STEM school. So all of our programs involve something related to science, technology, engineering, and math. We have 12 different types of engineering programs: computer science, game design, biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, as well as business. So what I actually want to spend my time talking with you all today are a few things that make WPI a bit different from a lot of other schools. And all of these things that I'm about to talk about encompass what's called the WPI plan, which was created about 50 years ago by administration at the time that wanted to reinvent the way we delivered our engineering education at the time. So at WPI, the first thing that's a bit different is the way our academic calendar is structured. So most colleges and universities will divide their academic year into 2 semesters, where students will take about 5 classes over a 15-week period. At WPI, what we do instead is students have 4 7-week terms. Each term, students only take 3 classes at a time, and they're meeting instead of once or twice a week like you would at a semester-based schooling courses. Students at WPI will meet 4 or 5 times a week with their faculty members to cover that same material. This faster paced environment definitely helps prepare our students for the workforce because oftentimes students get out to work and they have assignments or projects due within a week or a couple of days. And the WPI 7-week term system prepares students well for that. The flip side of that also, students are only taking 3 classes at a time. That's 3 projects to work on, 3 homework assignments to do, and 3 professors to get to know. The next thing that's a bit different is the way we do our grading. So at WPI, you can get an A, a B, a C, or something we call a no record, which we refer to as an NR at WPI. And basically what an NR is if you're not going to earn above a C in a class, instead of earning a D or an F, students will earn an NR. Now the NR does not show up on the student's transcript. It does not affect their GPA. It's basically as if they never took the course before. And we do this, one, to help students with the transition to college. So you could NR a class or 2 your first year, but still finish your first year with a perfect 4.0 GPA. And on the flip side, it encourages students as upperclassmen to challenge themselves to take higher level classes and classes outside their main area of focus. And then when I mentioned our grades, A, Bs, and Cs, they're flat grades. So students can only earn an A, a B, or a C as a final letter grade in a class. And the reason for that is we try to cut out the competitiveness that can come with STEM-focused institutions, because as I'll talk about in a minute, WPI is incredibly project-oriented, and we want to make sure that students are collaborating rather than competing for higher grades. The third thing is our flexible curriculum. The inherent thing about being an engineer or a scientist is to be innovative, but there's nothing innovative about a structured curriculum. So when you come to WPI, instead of us giving you every single class on a list that you need to take to graduate with, say, a chemical engineering degree, what we do instead is give you a list of categories of courses you need to fulfill for your major, and then you can choose which classes you want to take to fulfill those requirements. That way, 1, you're able to mold your degree into what you want it to be, and 2, you're able to actually take classes that actually interest you. The fourth thing as part of this WPI plan that I want to highlight, and this is the one thing I want to drive home about our school, is that WPI is incredibly project and team oriented. And almost every single one of your courses at WPI, you'll be completing some sort of project, and most of these projects tend to be team-based. So this allows students to get that real-world hands-on experience in whatever they're studying before they go out and start working full-time or through an internship or a co-op. There are two projects I want to highlight on this screen just with the couple minutes I have left. The first in the bottom left, the IQP. This is a junior year project where actually a lot of our students choose to study abroad. Now, when our students study abroad, as I'll mention in just a minute, students are going to one of our project centers all over the world in one of these 50 different project centers, and they're completing a project with a business or an organization locally for the entire 7 weeks. So they're not taking classes as if like they are abroad in another school. And at WPI, we make it possible for all of our students, regardless of what they're studying, to be able to study abroad and graduate in 4 years, regardless if they're an engineering student, a science student, a business student, a computer science student. Every student at WPI can study abroad and graduate in 4 years. We build the abroad experience into the curriculum, and over 80% of students will take advantage of that. The last project, the MQP there in the orange box down in the bottom right, this is your senior year project. Think of it like your senior capstone. Students will do this in teams of students with similar or the same major as their own on a project of their choosing. And a lot of times these projects are sponsored by large companies. And oftentimes this project relates to what a student wants to be pursuing after they graduate from WPI. Now, just with my last minute or so, I want to highlight some application information. So at WPI, we have 3 deadline dates, November 1st, January 5th, and February 1st. There are transfer students on the call. That application deadline is May 15th. We offer both early decision and early action, as well as regular decision. We're on the common application, so real easy to apply. We require the high school transcript and 2 letters of recommendation, one from a teacher and one from your college counselor or guidance counselor. Other things to highlight, WPI has no application fee. It's completely free to apply to our school, so there's no need to spend money to apply to WPI. And we are test blind, so that means we do not review SAT and ACT scores. It's simply not part of our review process, and so you can not worry about your SAT and ACT scores when you apply to our institution. I also encourage you to check out our virtual visit options. We do virtual info sessions and virtual tours almost weekly, as well as a number of on-campus visit options throughout the summer, as well as some fall open houses later this fall. But thanks everyone for joining. I'll be in the chat if anybody does have any questions. But again, Tyler Gibbs, only redhead on staff, so I'm easy to find on our web bio.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, and next up is the University of Delaware.
Are you able to see my screen? Someone double check with me.
Yes.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Lorena Trujillo, and I am the admissions counselor of special populations. I am a Delaware native and also a graduate from the University of Delaware, class of 22. Happy to be here with you all to tell you a lot about what UD has to offer. So what are Blue Hens? So Blue Hens are visionaries. So regardless of what your major is, you can be a part of everything that UD has to offer. Students like you make the future what it will be. Faculty and students at UD go into studios, labs, and classrooms every day to create the better world that they want to see. So we do take full pride here at the University of Delaware, being recognized as a Tier 1 research institution. So what does that mean? That means that we are a land, sea, and space grant institution. Regardless of what your major is, you can actually be a part of research as early as your freshman year. So whether you are an international student, a transfer, a veteran, a first year, or a pre-college student, you are able to engage in research. And that is also due to our faculty and student collaboration. So faculty and students are constantly collaborating, doing research. Students can also even earn a stipend. We have about a $4,000 stipend that students can earn during our summer scholars program. Our average class size is about 35 students, and our professor to student ratio is 12:1. We are a mid-sized school of about 18,000 students, but nonetheless, we have a large abundance of opportunities. With that being said, let's talk about the power of our place. So we are the small but mighty state of Delaware. So we have a large exposure of new people and ideas. Many of our students come from the surrounding areas of Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, and New Jersey. which is something that's uncommon for a state school. We only have about 30% of Delaware residents that actually attend the University of Delaware. Our student population is made up of over 48 different states and over 68 different countries. So we are located in a prime location. We are located in the Mid-Atlantic region, only about 40 minutes from the Philadelphia International Airport, about 2 hours from New York City, and about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 from Washington, D.C. With that being said, transportation is highly accessible and reliable on our campus. We also have an Amtrak train station right on our main campus, so students are able to take the train station to and from campus, whether it's for an internship or a weekend outing. So within our university, we have 9 different colleges and over 150 majors. Here you can see the 9 different colleges that we have. For students that are undecided or unsure about what major to pursue, they are able to start within our College of Arts and Sciences as a university studies or undeclared major. You'll be paired with a career advisor, an academic advisor. That'll help you declare a major by your sophomore year, and you'll still be on that 4-year pathway. Nonetheless, be sure to explore our different majors. You're able to see different sample curriculums as far as what courses you would take your freshman through senior year, right on our major finder site. You'll be able to see our 54+1 program, so you'll be able to earn a master's degree in 5 years as opposed to 6 years. And we also have over 100 minors to further enhance your college experience. Students at the University of Delaware are designed for success both inside and outside of the classroom. So we do take a holistic approach upon your mental state, upon your well-being. So we have a well-being center in which we offer counseling services 24/7, even when the university is closed. We also have the Office of Academic Success. If you need additional tutoring support, whether that's one-on-one or group tutoring, we have a writing center where you can get your work revised by our writing tutors. Our professors hold office hours both on Zoom and in person. Each lecture hall has a graduate assistant or a teacher assistant. We also have disability support services in which we can accommodate you to take your exam elsewhere if you need additional time and if you need a note taker as well. So besides academics, we truly want you to enjoy your time here at UD, which is why we refer to it as passion, purpose, and fun. We have a World Scholars Program, which is a 4-year global commitment in which students can pursue the best of both worlds, both on our main campus and are able to study abroad. We also have study abroad. The University of Delaware was actually the first American institution to study abroad in the year 1923. We just hit our 100-year anniversary with that. We have 21 D1 sports, 37 D3 sports clubs. We have Greek Life, which is a presence, not a pressure. We have over 400 different registered student organizations. Regardless of what you're interested in, there's something here at UD for you. Another way to further enhance your college experience is by joining any of our Scholars and Fellows program, which is similar to a minor, in which you can engage in any service work or just to further enhance your college experience. So we all know that college is a huge investment. Not only are you thinking about those 4 years in college, but you're thinking about what's to come afterwards, which is why I want to tell you about some fun facts. So 97% of our graduates within 6 months of graduating are either fully employed or seeking further education. We've been ranked the best Valley College and top 25 of colleges that pay off the most. To wrap it up, this is our timeline to apply. Applications open August 1st. We have our early action deadline, which is November 1st. January 15th is our regular admission deadline, and we take the Common App and the Coalition app, and we are still test optional, at least for the upcoming 2 years, and we take a holistic approach upon it. Should you have any more questions, feel free to drop a question below. Check out our udel.edu/admissions site. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, at this point, I'd like to move forward to the questions section of our session. So I would invite everybody back on screen so we can hear from you one more time. So the question I'm going to pose here is, what advice would you give someone who's going through the search process, either now or in the near future? We'll jump back up to Old Dominion University to start.
Yes, thank you, Chelsea. The advice I would give for somebody who is starting the process is to take it one step at a time. It's going to seem overwhelming. It's going to seem like a lot of information, but stay organized, take it one step at a time, and just own the process. Really start to dig into what you're looking for and, enjoy all the resources that are going to come your way.
Thank you. All right, Shepherd University, what is your advice?
I don't think anything can really substitute actually going to the schools in person and kind of getting a feel and see, can I see myself here in the future? Does this campus environment kind of fit my personality? And naturally, you'd want to do that after you've kind of narrowed it down, but I don't think anything can substitute for that experience.
Awesome, thank you. Lawrence University?
My advice to all of you is to ask so many questions that you start to feel like a broken record. Make sure you understand your financial aid offer. Make sure that, if you really like to knit, maybe there's a fiber arts club. Make sure that you can keep doing the things that you love to do, because while college is a great time to get ready for a career, I think it is also a really, really great time just to live your life. And so make sure that you're asking the questions to make sure that you can keep doing those things that you love.
Awesome, thank you. Marymount University?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with all three answers prior to myself. Usually my biggest piece of advice, I go straight to the campus visit experience. And then I follow that up with ask all of your questions. And so my two former colleagues nailed that one on the head. But yeah, if you don't visit the campus, I usually like to compare it to buying a house or an apartment. You're going to want to go to that open house, or you're going to want to tour your apartment before you sign that lease. And so it's important to kind of envision yourself and see what the campus is like to see if you truly feel belonging or not there. So.
Absolutely, thank you. WPI?
I would say just some different, we're in a unique time where a lot of colleges and universities have started to offer a lot of really great virtual programming. So it's a great way to save a bit of time. If you can't necessarily get to every college or university that's on your list, take advantage of virtual tours, virtual info sessions, virtual open houses, or department specific sessions to help kind of weed your list a bit, or just help inform yourself before you actually get on campus for that campus visit, so you already have a background understanding of the school.
Awesome, thank you. University of Delaware?
So like everyone else said, ask your questions, have an open mind about it, take a holistic approach upon it. Don't be afraid to ask any questions, whether it's to current students, your admissions counselor, your guidance counselor. Just have an open mind and be flexible with it. Yeah.
All very good things. Thank you. All right, I am going to wrap things up at this point. Thank you all so much for the information you've put together and shared with us today. Thank you to our participants for jumping in and joining. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. We do encourage you to check back to the schedule. There are 2 more sessions this evening, so we hope you'll join us for those. If there's anything you've missed or want to go back to, we do record all the sessions. They will be available at strivescan.com/PCACAC. And that's it for us. Have a great rest of the day.